It is June, which means the summer is finally here, and this is my TBR both for the month and just the summer in general. So let's get going. These first couple books are books I'm already reading, and I'm hoping to finish potentially. The first of which is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This is a reread for me. I'm probably going to get into more philosophy recently, but great book from what I remember. Then I need to keep chugging along with The Dark Tower 4, Wizarding Glass by Stephen King. I started this and been chugging along throughout the spring, but need to keep going. Speaking of fantasy, I started the First Law trilogy with the first book, The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I'm liking it so far. We'll see kind of how it goes. Now we're going to get into the actual summer TBR, the first of which is The Monk by Matthew Lewis. I've heard that this is absolutely diabolical. I'm so excited for this. Then we got some science fiction here with John Wyndham, and that's Technical Slip, a collection of short stories. He's becoming very much one of my favorite science fiction authors. And speaking of science fiction, we're going to hit up a classic here in Neuromancer by William Gibson, which is the first cyberpunk novel, so I'm super excited for that. And speaking of a classic, also The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, definitely excited to read that. Now we're going to go to even further of a classic. This is a reread for me. I read this in high school, and that is Beowulf. This translation is by Burton Raffles, so super excited for that. Great story, of course. I'm going to reread The Road by Cormac McCarthy just because I read it a while ago, and I'm trying to read through all of his books again, or even for the first time, so we'll see. And then, speaking of chaotic and crazy, I'm going to read American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, and this is going to be absolutely insane from what I know. Then we're going to do some more science fiction again, A Canticle for Leibowitz. I've heard this is like a post-apocalyptic, big inspiration for like the Fallout games and everything, which I'm replaying again. And then some short stories here. Algernon Blackwood, great like early horror writer. The Wendigo, The Willows, Ancient Sorcery. Super excited to get to him. And some classic poetry here. Paradise Lost by John Milton, of course. I'm reading The Faithful and the Fallen by John Gwynne. So much of the inspiration comes from there. And of course, always, I read a story or two by H.P. Lovecraft. So, very excited for this summer.